How's it going, everybody? Rybrad here today, and we are back with our Honolulu Hammerheads franchise mode. Into today's episode, we officially get our repeat campaign started. Now, I know we had the whole regular season; you could debate that, but really, I think the repeat defending our title starts now when we start the playoffs. And I couldn't take watching the Sabres anymore, so I decided to come and watch make a video for you guys. So hopefully, I can actually get to use a team that's going to make the playoffs. Anyway. We are taking on the Edmonton Oilers in round number 1, and they are always a dangerous team because they have Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl, and they're always just going to put up massive points as a unit. But to remind you guys, we did move Dylan Cousins up to that first line, and well, he's been a great fit. Now, he's not putting up as many points as Byfield, and Byfield did well putting up points after I demoted him to the second line. He's more of a defensive option to allow Hall and Granlund to kind of do their thing offensively. He's a huge plus-minus guy as well. Landeskog, Byfield, Gurianov was good as well. Sprong, Cirelli, DeBrusk. So Sprong is getting his chance on this third line and didn't exactly do amazingly with a -10, but a 40 points on the third line. That is great. It's definitely what I want to see. And then finally, we've got Kubalik, Heinen, and Brown. So something we could always do is we could move Sprong down if he's really hurting us that much. I don't foresee that happening. Anyway, defensively, we have Sergachev and Baird, Tanev and Shea, Taze and Dunn. So we're pretty much running it back with the same old squad we had last year. A couple pieces changed in the bottom 6. Other than that, not too much has changed. And we went out and acquired Ben Bishop. So yes, we are only renting goalies for the playoffs, it seems. Corey Crawford last year, and this year we got Ben Bishop. We need to figure out a long-term solution at that position. But at least for now, hopefully Ben Bishop will be good for us in the playoffs. He'll have the poise. And he's been there, done that. Veteran goaltender, really like that in the back and there, especially with such a young team. But now we got to go see what Edmonton's roster looks like as we go ahead and face it here in round number 1. It's Draisaitl, McDavid, and Yamamoto, and that is a scary line. I know that because we just played them in our Ottawa Senators franchise mode, also on the channel, guys, so go ahead and subscribe so you guys can get notified for that. But they really are just unstoppable. And then Van Riemsdyk, Coleman, they have Puljujarvi, which makes it a little bit better. But this second line is still not great. It's not as good as ours by any stretch. Their third line of Corrali, Roslovic, Cassian is more defensive. Ours is more offensive. So we'll see who wins that battle. And then the bottom line is Como, Rask, and Neal. So not really afraid of this line. It's just a bunch of guys that I feel like round out the roster under the cap for them. Defensively, it's a bad defensive core. Ryan Murray being your best defender. He's good, but he's only an 84. He's nothing too spectacular and nothing I'm going to be worried about. I mean, obviously, I'm worried about McDavid and Draisaitl, not worried about Ryan Murray, Evan Bouchard, Clefbaum and Savard. Clefbaum's good, but Clefbaum and Murray should be a second pairing. Bouchard, Savard should be your bottom pairing, and then you should realistically have 2 good first pairing options. And then Kulikov and Murphy. So it's not great. It's nothing impressive or spectacular. And in net, they have the god himself, Thatcher Demko, 84 overall. How did he do this season? He had a 912 and a 273, so pretty darn good. Apparently did bad in year number 1, but so far in year number 3 here in Edmonton is doing well. Apparently Vancouver doesn't want to keep any of their goalies. They're going to let Markstrom go to Calgary, and they're going to let Demko go to Edmonton. Very nice Vancouver. Who needs goalies, right? Anyway, let's go ahead and get this series started. I'm feeling good about our chances. I think we do have the firepower with Hall and Cousins and Granlund on that first line to at least keep up with their first line, or at least mitigate it. Our bottom 9, I guess you will, is much better than theirs. Our second, third, and fourth line are much better than theirs, in my opinion. And I think our team as a whole is just straight up better. Very similar records, though. As you can see, we only won 4 more games than they did, and 3 more overtime losses. So we were more tightly contested than they were. Anyway, let's get into game number 1 here at Honolulu. Get underway at the start our repeat campaign. First period, it's a 4-0 lead. Hall scores twice, Gurianov, and then Cousins. So, oh my God, we had more goals than they had shots. Alrighty, I'll take that. That's insane. 20 shots. Did they have a lot of penalties or something? Because that's ridiculous. No, they just took 1 minor for slashing, but Hall scored early on, got us off to a great start, and that's what we need to do. We need to peg that first forward line of Edmonton's back in their own zone and really just keep them a non-factor. Second period sees Kubalik get us 1 more. It is 5-0. We will go ahead and probably at least slow sim the first half of the... Okay, yeah, it's 6-0. We're going to skip it to the end. It's going to be a 9-1 victory as Hall scores his hat trick. Sergachev and Tanev chip in from the back end. Roslovic gets the only goal for Edmonton, and Kubalik gets a goal there as well. When did they pull Demko? They pulled him, okay, probably at the 14-minute mark, so it only lasted 6 minutes into the first round of the playoffs. That's not what you want to see there, but I'm not... I mean, I can look at the stats and just make ourselves happy. A +7? Dylan Cousins was a +7? I know I said he was a plus-minus machine, but oh my God, a +7? We didn't really do much at even strength, or excuse me, on the special teams. And that's really scary for Edmonton, if you will, because if we can do that at even strength, oh my God, I didn't think I'd see us win 9-1 in the first game. Anyway, game number 2, can we keep some of that offensive momentum going here? The defensive momentum is going great too, so even if the offense starts to fall off a bit, if we can keep up our defensive solidity against that deadly first line, I'm expecting to see a McDavid goal here in the first period. Hopefully we can keep him as quiet as long as possible, because it's bound to happen at some point, but if we can keep him off the score sheet as much as possible. Dylan Cousins, let's see what you can do, bud. First period. 2 goals. Evan Bouchard on the power play and Murphy, so their defensive core that I really trashed coming into the series, stepping up in a big way for them on the power play, and then Murphy at even strength, their second worst defender. Second period. Sees Landeskog pull one back for us, but the power play just can't be stopped for Edmonton as James Van Riemsdyk scores as well. Our power play can't get anything done there. 5 minutes gone here in the third period, and big game Byfield scores, gets us back to within 1, but Derek Savard scores and gets them the 2-goal advantage at the 10-minute mark. We give them another power play here, and with 5 minutes to go, we're going to need a serious push here at the end. I don't think it's going to happen with a power play opportunity. We don't even get a consolation goal. It is 4-2 final to the Edmonton Oilers. As far as plus minus, Tays, Cousins, Dunn, and Brown, I guess. I guess Cousins got caught out there. I'm not sure exactly what happened. But it just seems that, well, special teams came back to bite us. Taking penalties was not good. I should have checked that. But wow, Taylor Hall's already got 7 points through 2 games. I guess when you put up 9 goals in the first game, that's bound to happen. Anyway, we travel to Edmonton for game number 3 in a 1-1 series. I'm still feeling pretty confident. I am not worried as long as we don't take penalties. First period, we're up 1-0 with Jake DeBrusk on that third line. I love the fact that we got a third scoring line against their relatively defensive third line, and the fact that they're going to chip in with goals. I'm very happy about that. Second period, we are down 3-2 as Murray, Neal, and James Van Riemsdyk score. Van Riemsdyk on the power play, that damn power play. But Daniel Sprong is going to score on Thatcher Demko to cut the deficit back to 1. And we need a quick one here to make me feel pretty confident about this game. First 5 minutes go off without anything happening. No power plays or anything to speak of in the first half of the third. We do get a power play opportunity, but cannot capitalize, and Jack Roslovic is going to bounce back right after the penalty expires. Connor McDavid gets going on Georgiev. It's a 5-3 final as Landeskog scores in the last minute. And now something needs to change. I'm not exactly sure what it is. Shea and Tanev were terrible. Cousins again was another minus. It was just bad all the way around. Did anybody take an excessive amount of penalties? Gurianov took 6 minutes in penalties. Shea, oh my God. Yeah, look at the penalties, guys. We can't be killing, what is that, 12 minutes of penalties? That's over a third of that's almost a fifth of the game. Almost a fifth of the game. Anyway, can't be doing that. Can't be 12 out of 60 shorthanded. So don't like that at all. Would moving Gurianov down perhaps help? Oh, a DeBrusk up there would get us a little boost, and we'll put Gurianov on the left wing. We'll move DeBrusk to that second line, just kind of shelter Gurianov a bit more. The Tanev pairing was not a good one. Let's see if we can maybe change that. Tanev, yeah, we'll move Dunn up, Tanev down there. We'll get the +1s instead of +3. We're down 2-1 in the series, in a series that I'm pretty confident about. We get the Edmonton Oilers depth just wanted to show up and prove me wrong. Anyway, we have a chance to equalize the series here at 2-2. Even here at Edmonton, both teams would steal an away game, which is what I'm hoping for now, because I really don't want to go down 3-1. First period sees Edmonton go up 1-0 with Kyler Yamamoto, and again, they are out shooting us here in the first period. After 2, Jesse Puljujarvi scores. Now, while we have taken the lead in shots, Edmonton extends their lead to 2 goals. And now they have a quick power play that comes and goes. We get a quick power play that comes and goes. We get another opportunity on the power play. This one's a bit longer. Oh my God, we were basically the whole time on the power play and just couldn't score. With 5 minutes to go, 4 minutes, we're really going to need a huge effort here, a power play opportunity, and again, it goes lacking. I've got to change the power play. That's the first thing I'm going to do. Dylan Cousins is coming off that first line because we need goals up there. Moving Cousins, I guess moving Cousins down would help, but I don't want to do that because I'd rather just keep the evens there. And we'll try defensively. No, it's the special teams that I need to change. The power play just isn't getting it done. We'll put Byfield up there. Hopefully that'll fix it. Sprong in place of Gurianov. It's still a +3 down there. Hopefully that helps in the slightest. But maybe Gurianov out and then a guy like Granlund up there. I'm not sure. Oh, a +5 if we move Cirelli up there. Cirelli doesn't exactly fit anywhere. But who do we have that we could replace Cirelli with? Centers, Stanton Heinen, no. Kubalik, maybe? We could throw Kubalik. A +5 there. We'll move Cousins up there, I guess. Kubalik can score. The dude's got a good shot, so we'll put him on the power play. He gets a +5 for that second power play unit. It's not looking good right now, guys. We're down 3-1 after 3 straight L's, and they've not been particularly close. We've really been out of it from the start, so hopefully we can get something going here in a crucial game number 5. Otherwise, our repeat campaign is going to end very abruptly. First period, we're up 2-0 with 2 goals from Denis Gurianov, promoted back to that second line. This is what we want to see. Second period sees us get more. Sprong and Kubalik both scoring before Leon Draisaitl gets the first goal of the game for Edmonton. And it's looking very good right now, but Edmonton is capable of exploding for goals. They do have offense. Dustin Brown is pretty much going to ice. Sergachev's really going to ice this game. It's 6-1, and we're only scoring in bunches. Landeskog's got the 7th. And here comes another explosion of goals for the Honolulu Hammerheads. Very worried, though, that this isn't consistent offense, that it's only 7-2, 7-3. Do not let them climb back into this thing. They still need to score 4 goals. That's a goal per minute right now. I don't see it happening. Nothing crazy happening. Ben Bishop shutting the door after the 3rd goal. It is a 7-3 final for your Honolulu Hammerheads. And no power play goals either, it seems. So a little bit disappointed to see the power play still lifeless, but the defense looking a lot better with nobody being a minus. We've brought it back to 3-2. We still need to win 1 in Edmonton if we are going to challenge in this series. 3-2, not what I wanted to see, but better than 4-1 final, you know? Hopefully the offense continues to show up because I think that's been the biggest problem. Is the offense really hasn't shown up in comparison with Edmonton. Anyway, first period of another game where our backs are against the wall goes 1-1 as Gurianov gets another goal and Evan Bouchard scores yet again for the Edmonton Oilers. He has been pretty prolific in front of goal, I should say, for a defenseman. Anyway, second period, and we score 4 goals as Tanev scores Sprong on the power play. Kubalik and then Sprong again. So that third line now chipping in with more goals. And Kubalik has started to pop up now that I'm giving him a bit more ice time. And now we have a third period where we have a substantial lead, but it could all be a little bit more nervous if Edmonton scores in the first 5 minutes, which they do not. It is a 5-1 game right now for your Honolulu Hammerheads. Halfway through this third period, our 4-goal lead stays intact, and we are looking very good to force this one to a game at number 7. 4 minutes, 3 minutes. James Neal's going to score with 2 minutes to go. Cut the deficit to 3, but with 11 seconds left, if they scored 3 goals, I would delete my franchise. Anyway, check the stats real quick. See what's working, what is not working. Bear Sergachev did not do great that game, but the rest of the team did. They picked up for it. Only 2 goals against, and they were on the ice for those 2. Kind of fitting since they're going to be on the ice for the most of them. Anyway, we have game number 7 after back-to-back solid wins. We really do need to show up here on home ice. The first period has been really telling in every game. I don't think either team has come back from a first period deficit. I can't exactly remember. If I could go back and look at the box scores, I might be able to tell you, but yeah, hasn't implemented that feature yet. Anyway, game 7, first period. Who's going to get the first period lead? It's going to be neither team. Edmonton with a ton of shots, and I guess that bodes well for us. The fact that we staved off Edmonton's ridiculous offensive output with allowing 0 goals through 17 shots. Good job for Ben Bishop. Second period, and it's still nothing. 25-28 in shots, and we definitely had the better of the play in that second period. Now we get a power play opportunity. Power play still stays dormant. Edmonton gets a power play opportunity. Penalty kill does its job. And Dylan Cousins, the big performance. And Daniel Sprong, a big performance from him as well. Dylan Cousins is leading the team in points. Daniel Sprong has been clutch with goals here recently, but Zach Kassian cuts it back to 1 for Edmonton. With a minute to go, Mikhail Sergachev is going to ice this one away, and the Edmonton Oilers have blown a 3-1 series lead and have lost Game 7 3-1. Nobody was a minus there either. That's what you love to see. Dylan Cousins with 10 points in 7 games played. The dude loves to put up assists, and you love to see that. Anyway, I think our next round opponent will be the Vegas Golden Knights. Yes, they will, and they are a little bit worse of a record than the Edmonton Oilers, and I don't think they have the star power that the Oilers have. I don't like the fact that our defense was so shaky in that series. I would like to actually go check out, how did Ben Bishop do? I don't think he did great, to be 100% honest. Actually, 914 and 251 is not bad. Like I said, I didn't think it was the defense. He's not carrying us the way Crawford did. Crawford let up like 1 or 2 goals per game, and that was it. He let up 2 goals, that was done. All we had to do score is 3 every game, and we won, right? He's not quite the same. He's going to give you a solid performance, but I mean, these last 3 games were absolutely massive. I think the changing of the defensive pairings helped a lot, moving Tanev down to that 3rd pairing and Dunn up. 7-3, 5-2, 3-1. So 3-2-1, 6 goals through 3 games is what you want to see, especially when you're going to score 15 goals in 3 games. It's 5 goals per game. You're obviously going to win 5-2 every game. First game was great. The middle 3 here were not great. 4-2, 5-3, and 2-0. It was just kind of, I didn't know exactly what to point to. I tried changing everything. As you guys saw, I put Byfield on that first line, Dylan Cousins down to that second line. And it simply worked. I can't believe we came back from down 3-1. But guys, that's all the time I have for this one. Make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you want to see some more. And I will see you guys in the next one.